On the night of January 2nd, 2000, Asheville, North Carolina, was cloaked in the typical calm that marked the beginning of a new year. The winter air was crisp, and the streets were quiet, with most residents settled in their homes after the holiday festivities. It was a night like any other, or so it seemed. Zebb Quinn, an 18-year-old employee at a local Walmart, had just finished his shift. He met with his friend Robert Jason Owens, and the two decided to go on a spontaneous drive to look at a car Zebb was interested in buying. Little did anyone know, this seemingly ordinary night would mark the beginning of a perplexing mystery that would baffle investigators for over 2 decades. As Zebb and Robert drove off into the night, the clock ticked away the final moments of Zebb's known whereabouts. What happened in those crucial hours would become the foundation of a case filled with cryptic clues, unanswered questions, and a haunting sense of unease. As the night wore on, Zebb and Robert were last seen together on surveillance footage at a local convenience store. Zebb can be seen walking into the store, purchasing a soda, and then leaving. The two friends then drove off, presumably towards their intended destination. But this is where the story takes a strange turn. At around 9:00 p.m., Zebb's car was spotted by a family friend on the road, being driven erratically with its headlights flashing. This was the last confirmed sighting of Zebb's vehicle with him behind the wheel. Shortly after, Robert Owens claimed that Zebb received a page, leading him to abruptly leave their journey and head back towards Asheville. Robert stated that Zebb seemed distressed, but did not provide any details. However, this explanation raised more questions than answers. Zebb's mother reported him missing the next day when he failed to show up for work. The mystery deepened when Zebb's car was found 2 weeks later in the parking lot of a restaurant, with the headlights still on, a live puppy inside, and a bizarre assortment of items including a hotel keycard, sunglasses, and a drawing of a pair of lips on the back window. As we piece together the fragments of that fateful night, the puzzle becomes ever more complex. What was the significance of the erratic driving? Who sent the mysterious page, and why? And most hauntingly, what happened to Zebb Quinn after he drove off into the night? The answers remain elusive, but the search for truth continues. Now let's delve into the labyrinth of theories and clues that have kept investigators and true crime enthusiasts alike captivated for over 2 decades. As the clock ticked closer to 9:00 p.m. on that fateful night, Zebb Quinn's journey took an unexpected and chilling turn. According to Robert Owens, just minutes after their departure from the convenience store, Zebb received a page that seemed to cast a shadow over the evening. The details of this mysterious page remain shrouded in secrecy, but Robert described Zebb's reaction as one of sudden distress and urgency. What could have been so alarming? Zebb, visibly agitated, informed Robert that he had to return to Asheville immediately. Without further explanation, Zebb sped off into the night, leaving Robert behind, bewildered and concerned. The contents of that page have been the subject of much speculation. Was it a call for help? A warning? Or perhaps a lure into a trap? The enigma of the page deepens when we consider the subsequent erratic behavior of Zebb's vehicle, observed by a family friend shortly after he parted ways with Robert. The cryptic message led Zebb back into Asheville. But to what end? As we unravel this haunting puzzle, we must ask, who sent that page, and what did it convey? The answers to these questions could hold the key to understanding the tragic events that unfolded that night. As the night continued to unfold, Zebb Quinn vanished without a trace. After receiving the mysterious page and abruptly leaving Robert Owens behind, Zebb was seen driving erratically by a family friend, only to disappear moments later. His car would surface 2 weeks later, abandoned in a parking lot, with its headlights broken and a live puppy inside. A bizarre and unsettling discovery. Inside the vehicle, strange notes and cryptic symbols were found, offering more questions than answers. What happened to Zebb in those crucial moments? Did he meet with foul play, or was he running from an unknown threat? Despite extensive searches and numerous leads, Zebb Quinn remains missing, a ghost in the annals of true crime. As we delve deeper into this mystery, we uncover layers of intrigue and deception, painting a picture of a young man whose life was abruptly and inexplicably cut short. who or what was behind his disappearance. The truth remains elusive, but the quest for answers continues. As investigators pored over the details of Zebb Quinn's disappearance, his car became a focal point of the investigation. Found 2 weeks after his disappearance, the vehicle was parked in an inconspicuous lot, yet the scene it presented was anything but ordinary. The broken headlights hinted at a possible struggle or a frantic escape. Inside, the discovery of a live puppy raised more questions than answers. Who placed the animal there, and why? Adding to the enigma were the strange notes and cryptic symbols found inside the car. These baffling clues seemed to serve as a silent testimony to the chaos that Zebb may have encountered. The notes contained what appeared to be random, nonsensical messages, while the symbols suggested a deeper, perhaps more ominous meaning. Law enforcement and amateur sleuths alike have speculated on their significance, but no definitive answers have emerged. The car, once a mundane element of Zebb's daily life, had now transformed into a puzzle piece in a much larger, darker picture. Each discovery within the vehicle added layers to the mystery, drawing investigators and the public into a web of unanswered questions and chilling possibilities. What did these clues reveal about Zebb's fate? Were they left as a trail, leading to the truth, or as a deliberate misdirection? As we continue to unravel the mystery, we edge closer to understanding the final moments before Zebb Quinn vanished. Yet, with every revelation, the shadows seem to grow deeper, and the truth remains just out of reach. As the investigation into Zebb Quinn's disappearance deepened, one name consistently emerged: Robert Owens. Owens, a co-worker of Zebb's, was the last known person to see him alive. On the night of Zebb's disappearance, the two had planned to look at a car Zebb was interested in purchasing. However, Owens' account of the evening raised immediate red flags. According to Owens, after they left the parking lot, Zebb received a page and became visibly agitated. He then abruptly left, promising to return shortly, but never did. Owens claimed he waited for Zebb but eventually left when he didn't come back. Yet, his actions in the days following Zebb's disappearance were anything but ordinary. Owens was reported to have suffered from head injuries that he attributed to a car accident. However, no police reports or medical records confirmed this claim. Even more suspicious, Owens called out of work the day following Zebb's disappearance, citing these injuries. Investigators couldn't ignore these inconsistencies, and Owens quickly became a person of interest. Adding to the intrigue, Owens had a history of criminal behavior, including a conviction for attempting to burn down a house. The more investigators dug into his background, the more questions arose. Was Owens merely an unfortunate witness to Zebb's last known movements, or was he more deeply involved in the young man's disappearance? Despite the mounting suspicions, concrete evidence linking Owens directly to Zebb's fate remained elusive. His cryptic behavior and questionable alibis only added to the layers of mystery surrounding the case. As we continue to explore the strange and unsettling details, Robert Owens' role in this perplexing puzzle remains a crucial, yet unresolved piece. As the investigation into Zebb Quinn's disappearance unfolded, theories began to emerge, each more perplexing than the last. What could have happened to Zebb on that fateful January night? Was his disappearance the result of foul play, or did he choose to vanish on his own? One theory suggests that Zebb may have been involved in something far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. Some speculate that he could have stumbled upon a dangerous secret, one that led to his sudden disappearance. This theory is supported by the bizarre and unexplained events leading up to his vanishing, including the mysterious page he received that night. Another theory posits that Zebb's disappearance was orchestrated by someone close to him. Was Robert Owens, Zebb's co-worker and the last person to see him alive, more deeply involved than he let on? His suspicious behavior and criminal history certainly raise questions. Could Owens have lured Zebb into a trap, or was he simply a convenient scapegoat? A third theory revolves around the strange notes and cryptic calls received by Zebb's family and friends in the days following his disappearance. Were these messages a desperate cry for help from Zebb himself, or were they part of an elaborate ruse to throw investigators off the trail? As the years passed, The lack of concrete evidence and the myriad of unanswered questions only fueled the speculation. Each theory brings its own set of possibilities, but none have provided the resolution that Zebb's family and friends so desperately seek. The truth behind Zebb Quinn's disappearance remains shrouded in mystery, a tangled web of theories and speculation. As we navigate this labyrinth of unanswered questions, one thing is certain: the search for answers continues, driven by the hope that one day, the truth will finally come to light. As we delve further into the enigmatic case of Zebb Quinn, another theory surfaces that casts a shadow of doubt closer to home. Could Zebb's family have played a role in his mysterious disappearance? This unsettling notion has been whispered among those following the case. But what evidence supports such a claim? Zebb's relationship with his family was, by all accounts, typical. However, beneath the surface, there were rumors of financial troubles and family disputes that may have escalated in the days leading up to his disappearance. Some speculate that Zebb might have been entangled in a web of familial conflict, one that perhaps led to drastic measures. Adding to the intrigue are the cryptic messages and strange phone calls received by Zebb's family following his disappearance. Were these attempts to mislead investigators, or were they desperate cries for help? Could someone within the family have orchestrated these events to cover their tracks? Or were they as baffled and heartbroken as they appeared? One particularly haunting piece of evidence is a note found in Zebb's car, which contained a drawing of a pair of lips and an exclamation mark. While its meaning remains unclear, some believe it could be a coded message pointing towards a family member. Others dismiss it as a red herring, unrelated to the family's involvement. Despite these suspicions, many argue that Zebb's family has been nothing but cooperative and devastated by his loss. They've participated in numerous public appeals, worked closely with law enforcement, and have shown unwavering dedication to finding Zebb. Could their grief and efforts be genuine, or is there a darker truth hidden beneath their facade? As we continue to investigate the family connection, the lines between involvement and innocence blur, leaving us with more questions than answers. The possibility of a family member's involvement adds a chilling layer to an already perplexing mystery. In our final segment, we will revisit the bizarre disappearance of Zebb Quinn, reflecting on the clues and evidence that have puzzled investigators for over 2 decades. As we reach the twilight of our investigation into the disappearance of Zebb Quinn, we're left with a haunting realization: some questions may never be answered. Despite the relentless efforts of law enforcement, the media, and Zebb's loved ones, the case remains shrouded in mystery. The years have not been kind to the evidence, and memories have faded, but the impact of Zebb's disappearance continues to ripple through the lives of those who knew him. His family, caught in a painful limbo, still holds on to hope, even as the possibility of closure seems to drift further away with each passing year. Several theories have been proposed, each more chilling than the last. Was it a crime of passion, a calculated act of violence, or a tragic accident that spiraled out of control? The cryptic symbols, the bizarre behavior of those close to Zebb, and the eerie coincidences all contribute to a narrative that feels more like fiction than reality. However, the legacy of Zebb Quinn's case is not just one of unanswered questions. It has also become a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of life and the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of the everyday. It has spurred changes in investigative techniques and raised awareness about the importance of following every lead, no matter how obscure. Through the years, Zebb's story has touched the hearts of many who never knew him, drawing a community together in a shared quest for truth and justice. It's a testament to the enduring human spirit and the unyielding desire to seek answers, even in the face of overwhelming uncertainty. As we near the end of our journey through the enigmatic case of Zebb Quinn, we're left with a lingering question. Will Zebb Quinn's case ever be solved? The passage of time has only deepened the mystery, with each new revelation adding layers to an already complex puzzle. Despite the advancements in forensic science and the tireless efforts of investigators, the truth remains elusive. Zebb's family and friends continue to live in the shadow of his disappearance, their lives forever altered by the unanswered questions and the haunting uncertainty. The community that once rallied in support now waits in quiet anticipation, hoping that one day, a breakthrough will provide the closure they so desperately seek. The case of Zebb Quinn stands as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by those who seek justice. It underscores the importance of never giving up, of holding on to hope even when the odds seem insurmountable. For every cold case that remains unsolved, there's a team of dedicated individuals working behind the scenes, driven by a relentless pursuit of the truth. As we conclude this chapter, we honor the memory of Zebb Quinn, a young man whose life was cut tragically short. His story continues to resonate, serving as a beacon for those who fight for justice and a reminder that no case is ever truly closed. Stay with us as we reflect on the bizarre disappearance of Zebb Quinn, a case that has captivated and confounded for over 2 decades. Will we ever uncover the truth? Only time will tell.